Welcome to your Taylor Council Connection. My name is Daniel Seguin, and this is a recap of the July 9th, 2026 City Council meeting. The meeting began with a proclamation declaring July 2026 as Parks and Recreation Month, recognizing the vital role our parks, trails, green spaces, and recreation programs play in the health, quality of life, and connectedness of our community. Next came the consent agenda, non-controversial and routine items that can be voted on with a single vote. These items included approval of an amendment to a task order with HDR Engineering for development, review, and inspection services on third-party facilities associated with the Samsung project, increasing the not-to-exceed amount by $200,000. These services are fully funded by Samsung through a development agreement and not by the city. The consent agenda also included two zoning items previously heard by the council and a renewed Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU, between the city and Taylor Independent School District for the School Resource Officer program. The council then took up an initiative petition submitted under the city charter, proposing an ordinance to amend the Land Development Code to remove and prohibit data centers in all existing zoning districts. When we receive a petition like this, we first work with the county to certify the signatures. In this case, the signatures were validated. The second step is to determine how state law applies to the requested action. To that end, after carefully reviewing the submitted petition and consulting with outside legal counsel, the City Council determined that under Texas law, this ordinance may not be adopted through the initiative process or placed on the ballot. The petition requests a ban on data center development and a zoning change. A total ban is not allowed by state law, and zoning cannot be changed by popular vote. Instead, the council has directed our consultant, Friesen Nichols, to include recommendations from the petition in the proposed digital infrastructure ordinance as a part of the ongoing updates to the Land Development Code. The draft ordinance is available at taylortx.gov/comprehensive plan for public review and comment before the end of August. Once comment is received, it will proceed through the required steps for adoption targeted for December. Next, the council received a final report and recommendations of the Charter Review Commission, presented by Special Legal Counsel. The charter is the city's constitution and outlines the responsibilities and restrictions of the city government. As covered in a prior meeting, the commission was appointed in December to review the charter, evaluated 57 submissions received against 10 criteria, and recommended 11 amendments, consolidated into 7 ballot propositions. The 7 recommended propositions would remove redundant and outdated language on council terms and mayoral selection, delete an unconstitutional provision barring candidates who are indebted to the city, allow the council to leave a seat vacant until the next regular election when 12 months or less remain in the term, establish a 4-year lifetime limit on combined service as mayor and council member, affirm every council member's right to place items on the agenda, require meaningful public disclosure of subject matter before final action on coded or project-based economic development items, and require the city to convene a charter review commission at least every 10 years. No action was taken on this item during the meeting. The item is expected to return on July 23rd to introduce the ordinance calling the election, with final action anticipated in August. The council then awarded a contract for municipal court and utility billing collection services to Linebarger following a competitive request for proposals. 4 firms submitted proposals, and a staff evaluation committee ranked Linebarger the highest based on its experience in Williamson County, reporting capabilities, and references from other cities. The firm is compensated through a collection fee of up to 30% that is added to delinquent accounts under state law, meaning there is no direct cost to the city. Next, the council awarded a construction contract to TerraSol, a local contractor, for the 5th and Murphy waterline replacement project for $252,000. The project replaces an aging 2-inch waterline with an 8-inch line, improving water flow and fire protection for the Murphy Street Revival infill project. Of the 12 bids received, TerraSol's was the lowest, coming in 11% under the next lowest bid. The project is funded through a Community Development Block Grant, or CDBG, at no cost to city ratepayers, with construction anticipated from August through November. The council then approved a related task order with HDR Engineering for construction phase services on that same 5th and Murphy waterline project for $57,000. Under the task order, HDR will manage the construction schedule, handle contract and change management, conduct site visits, and provide construction observation. Like the construction contract itself, this work is funded through the CDBG grant. Next, the council discussed potential adjustments to the parking striping on West 2nd Street between Davis Street and Main Street. This section of roadway will need to be restriped following warranty pavement work scheduled for the beginning of August, giving the city an opportunity to make safety improvements. Staff presented two options. One, relocate the accessible parking spaces near the near the 2nd Street and Vance Street intersection, one space to the west to improve visibility and safety, and adjust the width and angle of parking stalls so larger vehicles can back out without encroaching into travel lanes. Or two, maintain the existing striping scheme. The change was prompted in part by 3 parking-related crashes in the study area since 2021. The council directed staff to move forward with removing 2 parking spaces and adjust the angle. Finally, the council approved a resolution and task order authorizing the city to apply for a Texas Water Development Board water supply and infrastructure grant. This grant program, created through House Bill 500, makes one-time 100% grant funding available for water supply projects, with a funding cap for a city of Taylor's size of $21 million. The city intends to apply toward the FM 619 water transmission line, a project identified in a recent water supply study to provide much-needed backup and redundancy in the water system and open up the east side of the city to development. The task order with HDR Engineering to present and submit the application is for $25,000 and is funded through the utility fund. Applications are due July 30th. The council then convened into executive session to consult with the city attorney regarding economic development negotiations for Project Mustang and Project Meridian, and regarding a wastewater treatment plant capacity and discharge permit. No action was taken out of executive session. Thank you for tuning in to Your Council Connection. Don't forget to like the video and share your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next one.